Hello everyone, this is Red from Red's Third Dimension Gaming, and today I'm reviewing Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate for the PlayStation 4. And just to clear some things up, I have played this on the PlayStation 3 on the Japanese version of the game. This one's not too much different, except that the fact that I can understand everything is in English, like written in English. The voice acting is still in Japanese, which I don't mind at all, as long as they have subtitles, and they do. They have what they're saying underneath of them. I can understand it completely. I'm not lost. And the PlayStation 4 version, it looks amazing compared to the PlayStation 3. It could look even better if they would have just continued and did a new Warriors Orochi game and made it straight for next-gen consoles. They've updated the graphics to make it look really amazing on your TV. And if you have played the original Warriors Orochi 3, good news. You can cross-play and cross-save across the Vita, the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4. You can import all your data from the old game, like I was saying, into this one. It's awesome. You can do all of that. Although, for some reason, I couldn't get the Japanese version of the Ultimate to transfer over, but that's okay. I had no idea what I was doing anyways, so I had to replay the story anyways to understand what's going on. Before I get into the story and the gameplay and all the great things in this huge game, I'm going to go over the features. So first off, there's a new storyline with over 175 different scenarios and endings that add different points of views from different characters and different what-if hypothetical stages. There are brand new battle moves, and these include aerial special attacks, triple rush attacks, and true Muzu burst attacks. And this is a powerful finishing move executable by using up to 6 different characters. Now, I have played the online, and it is amazing. I have not gotten to play with my friend yet on the English version. I played with my friend on the PS3 version off of the Muzu Orochi 2 Ultimate, as that's what it's called in Japanese. And it's really fun. I really enjoyed playing with my friend. When he tried to download the PS4 version, for some reason it would go to 5 gigabytes and it wouldn't let him download it the whole way. So I do not have an online experience on the PS4, but on the PS3 it was pretty fun. So I'm sure that the PS4 version is going to work really well in this game. You know Megaforce is going to toot their own horn about it, that you could have hundreds of thousands of enemies on the screen at once. I literally loved it. So here are some more features. There are over 145 different playable characters. And you have also Sturk. If you haven't played the Terrier series, Sturkenberg, they call him Sturk in the game. He's also in this game. He has a cameo in this game. Kasumi from Dead or Alive and Ninja Gaiden, she's in this game. And Momiji is also in this game. They also have characters from Bladestorm, Soul Calibur, the Samurai Warriors, Dynasty Warriors, freaking like every single franchise that Omega Force has worked on, or Koei Tecmo, like the whole group. It's like in one game. It's amazing. There's a JRPG that I can't remember what it's called, Zil of Olil or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think it's Zil of something. And they have characters from that game in this game. And what is neat is they have all these different characters from different universes, and they actually feature the environments. Like, you see cars in this game. Usually in a Dynasty Warriors game, you don't see cars. You see cities and different things from Ninja Gaiden. It's so cool. And the best part about having it on the PS4 is the share button. You can share it on Facebook, you can live stream, you can take screenshots. There's so many different cool features with the PS4 version of the game. So what I got out of the story is that there's a big Hydra at the very beginning of the game where you're fighting it, and don't expect to win. And you're not meant to win the battle. That's the whole point in the game. So the main point of the game is you meet this mystic. She has this like portal, and every time you go to the portal you can go to past events and you can recreate history, and you can recruit different members of Japanese and Chinese warriors across the lands in order to fight this big old Hydra. And that is all I'm going to tell you about the stories. and you can learn more about the story after you buy it. But my favorite part about this game is the fact that you can play as Kasumi, Ayane, Ryu, however you want to say his name. I call him Ryu, but I'm sure some people call him Ryu. That's probably the actual pronunciation of the name. And Kunoichi. That's like my favorite one. She spins around in a circle with blades. It's awesome. But it's so awesome that you get to play as these different characters from all these different games. And it actually works really well. Because I love Dead or Alive. I like Ninja Gaiden. I'm not the biggest fan. I love Dynasty Warriors. And you got all these different ones. And now I'm going to start getting into Samurai Warriors real soon with Samurai Warriors 4. And they got different characters from all these games, and they put them into one. It's amazing. So, like I said earlier, they've added a lot of different battle moves. You never get bored with this. For the gameplay, they have a lot of different moves. I don't know what they're all called, but pretty much you can combo it up to whatever you want it to be. Like you hit square, square, triangle, and you do something cool. And then it's not always, like if you use the left analog stick and you're actually moving in a certain way, it'll actually change what the move will be at the end with the triangle, and it's just really freaking sweet. I love it. And like I said, the Muzu attacks are really awesome. There's also these attacks that, like, if you're near an ally and there's a little lightning bolt that's connected to you, and if you're with your friend or you're with a co-op buddy that is like has a good relationship with you, like you build relationships in this game. You can really build up relationships if you drink some tea and you have a little tea party with all your fellow players, and it builds the relationship up. You can also build relationships with other members of your group by completing special missions within the main missions that you are doing. I will say though, the one thing I really didn't like about this game is sometimes you're like in the same battlefield 3 or 4 different times. It's crazy. Like, I don't want to play it that much, but I want to unlock all the characters that I can. You unlock characters, like, usually every single battle. Like, after your main battle, like, eventually you'll get to a one that's, like, in the same exact location, and it's called Breakthrough at blah, blah, blah. And then there's one that it'll be, like, Rescue at blah, blah, blah. And my favorite is Battle of blah, blah, blah Redux. Like, it's the same battle, but you're changing the outcome a little bit, and you get a new character usually when the Redux. So I guess I'll go over the different game modes in this game. There's something called Muzu Battlefields, which I don't remember playing that at all in the Japanese version. It's probably because I had no clue what anything said, so I just played the story mode, and I played another mode that was pretty fun. It's a versus mode type of thing. But Battlefields, you can go in and actually edit what people say in the missions, what the dialogue is. You can change so many different things to the actual battlefield of past story mode parts that you have played before, and you can upload it to the Muzu cloud, I guess you can call it. And you can also download other people's, and you can put ratings out of like 3 stars, or I think it's 3 because that's the most I've seen on any of them. But you can vote on these, and it's just so cool. Like, that would take a lot of time, and I haven't really gotten to mess around with it, but I think that is awesome. Like, you can just go in and change like what they say completely. That's awesome. There's also a gauntlet mode where you can take a bunch of your favorite characters, I think around 5 or 6 of them, and it's just you versus everyone, and you're just going around killing people. It's pretty freaking sweet. That one's really cool. I love that mode. There's also duel mode, which I was talking about is like a versus mode. You can duel against the computer, you can duel against offline, you can duel against your friend online, and then there's also a survival mode. Like the duel mode, actually, though, if you look at it, it's kind of like a better version of Dead or Alive, if you ever played it, because I like this style better than Dead or Alive. This is so much more fun to me, because there's so much more you can do. It's not as stiff, if I could say that. Not as stiff as Dead or Alive. And one last menu that you can go into is called Gallery. And you can go in and look at your officers. You can view them up close. You can actually test their moves ahead of time to see what they look like. It's pretty sweet. There's also something called a motion chart, which will show you when they're angry, surprised. There's so much like that they added to this. You can change your costume to see what it looks like, and they even have voice lines. It's a pretty sweet little mode for something that didn't even need to be in the game. I think it's pretty awesome. And there's also movies. You can go back and watch cutscenes that you've already unlocked. Different events. These are like in-game cutscenes, like that randomly appear sometimes. And one other part about the events, when you're playing the story mode, your characters, whatever you change their costumes, that's what they look like in the in-game cutscenes. So in the whole cutscenes of the game, they'll look like that. And when you're in your camp, they'll change their costume to look like that. There's also a lot of cool things that I haven't mentioned in the story mode. With leveling up, you level up across like all the game modes, like Gauntlet mode. You can level up in there and have your characters from that mode over to story mode, vice versa. It's pretty cool. Like, you can level up in all these modes and your character will be a beast. After you get to level 100, you can, I call it Muzu Prestige mode. You can prestige them, and you can do that 9 times. Sometimes it unlocks new abilities, and it'll increase their power and everything. It's worth it. You can do that 9 times on each character, and after 3rd or 4th one, I believe I got a trophy for it. You can also combine weapons. You can add or change whatever you want to your main weapon. Like, say you have something that has flame 10 on it, and you had ice 1 and you don't want ice 1 anymore. Just add, you can take the flame 10 and exchange it for the ice 1, and then when you hit opponents, they'll catch on fire. But yeah, there are a lot of cool little things like that in this game. It's amazing. It's a really big game. It takes forever to finish. I never finished the Japanese version because my friend went ahead and decided, oh, I'm bored, I don't want to play the game anymore, so I stopped playing. I like playing it with him. I couldn't understand what the game was saying, so I like talking to someone on the headset. There's also wallpapers inside the gallery mode, and something called Orochi World, which will show you Warriors Orochi overview, like a whole story overview on each of the games, of the 2nd one and the 3rd one. So that's all the modes in this game. It's a lot of content. If you like Dynasty Warriors, and you like Dead or Alive, and you like Samurai Warriors, and you like all these different franchises, you're going to love this game. It's going to be a must-buy. If you like Dynasty Warriors, this is a must-buy. This game is awesome. I've never played the original Warriors Orochi 3, but Warriors Orochi 3 Ultimate is freaking beast. I love it. Overall, this game has really good graphics. They could be better if they made a new Warriors Orochi. Instead of going off of the older style, they could have just made it for the next gen consoles, like, or just PlayStation 4. Because you know it's not going to sell as much on the Xbox One, because this is, majority of the time, Dynasty Warriors, sometimes they're exclusive to PlayStation 3, and a lot of people in Japan like it. A lot of people in the US probably don't buy it as much. But anyways, the graphics could be better if they just started from scratch and worked on this game for 2 to 3, maybe 4 years. And it would have looked amazing probably. I can't wait for the next Warriors Orochi, because that one's going to make this one look like crap, because it's going to be next gen. I doubt the PS3 is going to get a newer version of this game 2 or 3 years down the line. It's just going to be next gen. The cross saving is awesome. The share button, amazing. I love that you can live stream this, and you can share your experiences through Facebook and eventually on YouTube with the share button. Another like, all the different characters from all these different worlds, especially from the Atelier series. I love that series. Even the story in this game is pretty good, and there are a lot of different modes that you can play across to level up your characters, including a free mode. Another cool feature, like I said earlier, is the cross-play and save functionality, and the fact that you can import your PlayStation 3, the original Warriors Orochi 3, onto this game, and then you can have all your unlocked stuff. you can have all your unlocked content. Only one other dislike in this game would have to be sometimes you have to run around the whole map in order to get somewhere. Because I went over to kill someone that was way across the map, and I probably shouldn't have done it, but I wanted to kill everyone on the map. And then I had to go a whole ways around. It took like 10 minutes just to get where I wanted to go. I'm glad my teammates didn't die, but you shouldn't make the enemies that far away if you wanted to kill them. So that would have to be another dislike. Overall, I give this game a 9 out of 10. It is amazing. I love it on PS4. It looks better. There are more features, and they even added more characters and amazing new battle moves. If you'd like to buy this game, please use the Amazon link below. It helps support my channel. It gives me like 6% of the sale. That's enough to eventually add up to a new game. Thanks for watching. Don't forget the thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. And see you in the next review.